Hello again, my name is PsychoGear and I'm here today with my brother Daria001. He's up there. And this is basically his bucket server, and I'm going to show you our newest project, which is a snake game in Minecraft, all with Redstone. He's asking me if I'm already recording. Yes, that's German, by the way, if you wonder. But anyways, this is not going to be a building tutorial, of course not. That would take way too long. It is more like an explanation tutorial on how it works, the basic steps and all like that. And I'm going to show off first that it works, and you have your snake there. It's going to be really laggy because there is really much going on. I'm going to show you that in a second. I'm going to the right, and it takes a while, and it's very laggy. But it works. As you can see, I've gone to the right, and now I'm going one to the right further. This is not time based, so it's input based. It is basically going one step further every time you push a button, and it could have been made time based, but that would have been really laggy, since well, it would have to do a step every second or so. And now, as you can see, I've kinda with this arrow keys here, I have now navigated the snake to this point here. This is the snake head right now, and this is, well, you could call it the food. There's actually no real term for that. So this is what the snake has to eat, basically, and if it eats this, it gets one longer. I think you all know the game Snake, so I'm not going to go into the rules. Not really. Now I'm going to go one further down, and now this is the snake head, and it's going to generate a new random food somewhere. Oh, right there. Oh, that does not seem very random, but it is kind of random as it can be in Minecraft. And now, since the snake is one longer now, the last one will not disappear. Now I'm going to go up one further, and there you have it. Now, as you can see, it's really laggy. That was the food before, there was the head. Now the head of the snake is here, and the new food was generated up there. One up. Now this one is not going to disappear because the snake is now 5 long, and if I go up once more, it's going to make the last one disappear. Whoop, it's if you think this might be cut together, it's not. It's just very laggy because of all the pistons going in action. I don't know if you could do this with less pistons. There's probably a way with binary adding and stuff like that, but we are not into binary adding too much and stuff like that. So we try to do this all with logic and with enabling things and disabling things, and if A happens, then B is going to be activated and stuff like that. So as you can see, it's basically working just fine. There are sometimes a few bugs, but they don't happen too often, and well, it was all fine by now. You can see that the game works. Actually, I will just show you that if you go left, you can see my brother stepped into the last pixel and he was falling out. You can see that it is very laggy, but I will just show you that if you go left and left again, you will have to wait between the inputs. We could have built a buffer probably, but we did not. So basically, if you go left to the left side of the screen, what you can do is, well, we have a bug here. As you can see, I probably did two quick inputs. That's going to cause some pixel errors sometimes, but if you wait enough between the inputs, then it's going to work all fine. So now it's normal again, and it's going to work normal probably. I hope so. Yes. Okay, so basically you have a 10 by 10 screen. If you go out on the left side, you will come back on the right side. If you eat a in quotes food, then you will gain 1 pixel snake length, and well, that's basically how the game works. And in this version of the game you can reach a maximum snake length of 12, and now I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to show you the whole contraption at first. It's kinda big actually, and it's a bit embarrassing since I started out with an idea how to build this, and I thought well, this is kinda easy. I build one of the major parts, one of these things here you see there, and I thought, okay, this might take maybe 2 or 3 hours or half a day, and then I'm done with it. And well, now after about 3 weeks we're done, and it took a while actually, but it's way bigger than I have thought that it would be. And this here is the screen connection. This back here is the random food generator. The clock is going to appear down here in a second. Well, here it is. This command block, by the way, is not affecting the contraption at all. It's just to set the time to 1000, so that we don't have to change the time all the time, basically. And yeah, this is the random food generator. I'm just going to go through this pretty quick because this is not, well, it is part of the contraption, but it's not really part of the Snake game. It's just a part to make sure that there is random food generated every time you eat one of the food things, and when the game starts over. And basically you can add a counter that counts up to 20 maybe, and after 20 inputs there's going to be a new food generated. But anyways, we have a clock back here. There's probably a better way to do this, but we have a clock back here. It's going all the way up. So every, I think, 200 ticks there's going to be a 1 tick signal going into here, and it's going to activate one of these pistons at a time. So there's only 1 tick, one piston activated at a time. But since these pistons are pushed out, there's no signal going through. And when you hit, when you eat a food, or if you hit new game, then this line is going to be activated, and this is going to pull back the pistons here and extending them again for 1 tick. So it's basically going to allow 1 signal to go through wherever it is. The one, there's only 1 tick in the clock at a time. So the clock has a signal somewhere in here. What is that? Oh, that is actually meant to point in this direction. No, downwards actually. No, that was not what I wanted. That was a building fail, but well, it was a building error. But anyways, all the others are placed correctly. Well, we are building with word edit, so there are a few problems with stacking pistons, as you may know if you use word edit. And sorry, basically the signal, wherever it is in the clock, when these pistons are retracted for 1 tick, it's going to go through any of these lines, and it's going to activate 1 of these pistons, and before that happens, these pistons all extend. So it's going to be resetted, and then 1 of them is going to be pushed out. And sometimes it happens that none of them is pushed out. That is that was a bit annoying, but we then just did this. So if none of them is pushed out, then this is not going to be activated. If this is going to be pushed out, then this redstone torch will be powered, because this redstone dust is not powered anymore, and that is everywhere the same. So if any of these is pushed out, then a signal is going through here. This can be this can happen in every of these similar parts, and so we have a delay-less wire here, an instant wire basically. And if one of the pixels is going to be pushed out, one of the blocks, sorry, if one of the blocks is going to be pushed out, then this wire is going to be not connected to this torch anymore, and this torch is then going to turn on, and this is going to activate this clock here. It's going to push out this this piston here. It's going to create one tick signal here basically, and that pushes no, sorry, it at first it pulls this block out, so that if one signal goes through here, I should probably start at this point. If the signal goes in here, it's going to activate this random generator, and it's going to activate a second signal with some delay here. And when there's no block out pushed out, then the signal is just going to go through and do the same thing again until one is pushed out. Then this is going to be activated. It's going to deactivate this clock, so there's no more signal going into here. And then after some time it's going to be reset again. So, well, there he is, my brother, the Rio 001. I probably said that before, but anyways, this is how the random generator works. And well, that's it about the random generator. It's just going to generate one piston, one pixel, sorry. And what is if there is already the snake on the pixel that the food is generated on? Well, as you can see, if this one here is activated, for example, then it's kind of hard to navigate through this whole thing. Then where is it? Where is it? Here. Then this torch is going to turn off, which then activates this piston, and then the signal is not going to go through the stone into the display, but it's going to go into this line, and this is going to put the signal in the next possible pixel, which is this one. If this happens here, then it's not going to go through here, but into this redstone dust, which then activates this repeater here, and the signal is going to in this pixel, unless this pixel is also already a snake pixel, so it's going to go in this one. So if the pixel that is meant to be the food, then it's going to be on the display, but if this pixel is already a pixel of the snake, then it's going to be in the next possible pixel. That's how we solve this problem. And well, now I'm going to go into the snake pixels. I'm not going to build one here because it takes a while. I'm going to show how it works basically. I introduced my one-way counter in my first redstone tutorial, but I'm going to go through this quick. Basically what you have is a piston with a redstone block and another piston. This is actually not it's not well, this is just a model. It's not going to, it's not meant to do anything right now. So this is how it looks. You have this here. If this one is extended, then it's going to activate this pixel, this piston, sorry, I always mess up the words, and it's also going to do this for the next piston. So basically it will look like this. And this is going to do the same thing. No, sorry, here. This is going to also, so this is actually similar parts. You can, if you use build it, you can just stack this to the right. And basically you insert a one tick signal here, and it will pull this block and it will push this block. So if you insert a 1 tick signal, it's going to be look like this. And now this will again enable this piston here and also the one for the next one, so it always jumps one further. That's how the the one-way counter works. And you have, I will just symbolize this here. You have the 1 tick counter here, one way counter. Sorry, it's a bit late, not that much, but we have a one-way counter here, and basically what happens is if the snake is on length 4, for example, it's going to be activated. This is for every pixel, so this is from some pixel in the middle, for example, and if the snake gets there, then this pixel is going to be activated, and it's going to be activated so many times as the snake is long, if you understand what I mean. So it gets activated and it's going to be set to 4 in this example, and then if a movement is given, so if you press right, for example, it will count down, so then it's only 3 long. And if you press up for example, it's going to count down 1 further, and on every input it's going to count 1 down. And therefore what happens is basically this is your snake, this is the head. I will go into the navigation in a second. This is your head. If you then go here, then this is the pixel that is getting activated, so your snake head is then here, and this is going to be set to 4. How that works I'm going to explain in a second also. So this is now set to 4, so it's going to be on for 4 further inputs. So it's on the next input, this is activated, sorry, and this is then only on 3 again. Then this one is activated, and this pixel that got activated is then on 2, and then this is activated, and then this pixel is only on 1, and then it's going to actually the signal is going to run out. So at the end there is no further pixel to further piston to activate, so it's just going to disappear. It's going to be off. I can show that in there in a second, but at first I'm going to show you how the in quotes setting works, setting the length of a pixel. So basically you have another one-way counter back here that goes in the opposite direction, and basically what it does is counting the snake length. So it starts on 3. You can change that if you want to, can make the snake only 1 length in the beginning if you want. It's going to be on 3 in the beginning, and then if you activate this pixel, then this line is going to be there's another line going to give this output into this input, into this counter, so it's going to be activated on 3. On the next input it's only 2, 1, and then it's going to run out. And if you eat a food, for example, you will count this one plus 1, so the snake length is then 4, and then basically then this counter, if it gets activated, it's going to be set on 4, and if you have reached this snake length 6, then it's going to be set on 6. I can show you that in there right now. It's a bit confusing if you look in there. I'm just going to fly right in there. It's, as you can see, that is a hell load of pistons, actually only for the two-way counters in every pixel. If you count them all up, it's a 10 by 10 display, so you get 2000 pistons, sorry, dang, 2000 pistons only for the one-way counters. So as you can see right now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the snake length. And if you go wait, it's a bit tricky to navigate in here. I'm just going to take this away. I'm going to put it back here. So now this is on 6, and this here is not activated, but if I say set, which is this line here, I'm just going to activate this line. If you say set, as you can see, it put this one on the saved output, which is 6 here, and it's going to activate it on 6. And this works by having a redstone signal in here, and it's going to be well, how do you call that again? It's going to be disabled right here through all these torches. So by all these torches, so these there's no signal going through. If I take away this torch, then nothing is going to happen because this redstone is lit up by this torch. But if there is an input by the one-way counter here, as you can see, here's the input, this is the output of the counter, it goes into here, and then this torch is off. So if this torch turns off, then this redstone torch, this redstone will turn off, and this torch will turn on. So this is going to push out the piston, and those are all sticky pistons, so they are actually this one is actually going to pull out this redstone block, and then you have an input of 6. And this back here is the one-way counter for the snake length. So if I now go ahead and how could I do this right now? Okay, I'm just going to, you can see back there is the one piston pulled out. And if I give an input here, you can just watch this place back there. If I give an input, it's going to be counted 1 down. Next time, counted 1 down to 4 now. 3, 2, 1, and now it runs up. Now there's no output anymore. So if this pixel is on, then there is one of these outputs on, and if one of these is activated, then it's going to activate this line here. This one goes into the display, and this one here is going to activate this piston. And this is basically the activation line, so it goes from back here. This piston, if this pixel is going to be activated, it's going to be activated by this line, and this line is the set line that I showed a second before. Those are the torches that set the output of the one-way counter of the snake length to the one-way counter for the pixel activation. So it's going to go through here, and if this pixel is activated, then this pixel is going to be pushed out of this piston, sorry, dang. And then if this is going to be activated again, it's not going through here anymore, it's going through here. And this is the line that activates this instant wire here, which has the connection from every single pixel. And so if a pixel is going to be activated when it's already active, then it's going to be activate this instant wire here, and this instant wire is the signal for game lost game, game over basically. And I'll just go ahead and change toggle down fall. Oh, I was waiting for my brother to do this, but he left the game. I just saw that. I did not know that. But anyways, this is the game over line here, and this is so this is activated whenever an activated pixel is activated again. I'm going to show that in a second probably, but this line here is going all the way down there, and this is then going to well, this is going to generate a new food basically. And also what happens is, this is a line that goes down. I did this with torches because it will add a bit of delay, so you have game over, and after a bit of time this is going to be activated, and this is going to activate this instant wire here, which is then going to well, start a new game. And starting a new game will actually, I will just go ahead. Okay, there is a connection. This is going to activate this line here, and this line here is going to activate this line, which activates all the torches here, and this is going to set a new game. And basically, if you start a new game, then it's going to be set on 3. You have 1 and 2 here because I actually meant to build this game with a starting length of 1, but now we decided to make it a starting length of 3 because it is more realistic. But anyways, you can see this one here is a sticky piston, so if they are all going to be activated, it's going to push all back in and this one back out, so all snake pixels are going to be all snake length counters are going to be set on 3. So whenever a pixel gets activated, it's going to be activated with a length of 3. That's basically how the new game works. And then this line here is, it should be +1 or -1 actually. I'll just go ahead and look it up. Okay, so we have 4 wires here. This, as I said, is game over. This is new game. This is I will go ahead and look. Okay, so this is -1. As you can see, this is this wire here going from up here, which is connected to the inputs. So if any of the inputs is activated, it's going to count the pixels -1. As I will just show you, you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left side and 2 on the right side, and if I activate this line, it's going to count -1. So this is not 6 then anymore, it's going to be 5, and this one is only on 1, so this one will disappear. I'll just go ahead and do that, activate the line. It's kind of laggy because it has to activate 100 pixels, and as you can see, this one disappears just as it is meant to be. So that is how this works. And so yeah, this thing here is actually an input tracker basically, and what it does is, if you go to the right, then you cannot go to the left anymore, because you would then move into your own snake, and that would actually that is not possible in the real game, and it's also not possible here, and it is also creating instantly a new game, which is not what you want. So you basically cannot go right and then left anymore, and this is what we did here. If you go right or left, it will allow up and down, and if you go up and down, it will allow right and left again. And if you go left, for example, it will extend this piston for right, and if this is if this line here is activated, it will activate actually I'm going to show this back here because I can show you better there. So as you can see, if this line here is activated, it's going to deactivate this torch, deactivate this redstone, it's going to activate this torch. So if this line gets activated, it's going to push this out, and this is a non-sticky piston, so it's going to stay pushed out, and therefore you cannot activate this line again. So this is up. Yes, it's up. So if you make put an input 1 up, it's going to deactivate down, so you cannot go down anymore until you give an input left or right. So I'll just go ahead and show you. I will put redstone blocks here so it's not giving an actual input, so that it's not going to be laggy at all. So if you give an input down, it's going to push out up, so you cannot go up anymore. And also left and right are both able, and so I cannot go down anymore. Sorry, I cannot go up anymore, and I can still go down. And now if I go left or right, this back here is going to activate this line, which is then going to activate deactivate this redstone, and this is going to activate this piston here and also this piston here, so it's going to allow up and down again. So basically if you go up you cannot go down, and when you go down you cannot go up anymore, and you have to go left or right to reset that. And the same goes for the other way. Left you cannot go right anymore, right you cannot go left anymore, and it's going to be reset when you go up or down. And that is basically how this input tracker or whatever it's called is based, and the inputs are going to going through these lines here. This is not any kind of contraption, it's just redstone wiring, which is probably not that effective. But anyways, it's going into here, and this is the two-way counter that I introduced in another video. I think it was in the input counter video, but anyways, this is the two-way counter. I'm not going to go through this, how this works, because I already told that in another video. You can watch that if you want to. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's called input counter. And this is basically the same as the one-way counter, but it's going to activate. It has two inputs, and I can show you where it is the input right now. It's here, so it's going to activate its own two pistons. So either of the input will actually deactivate this output here, and it's going to activate this this output when you activate the upper line, and this is going to be activate this output when you activate the lower line. So both will activate this, deactivate this output, and upper will activate this, and lower activate this, and so you have two inputs and can count left or right. And if you take two of them, then you have basically a coordinate system. So, oh, sorry. You have the x-axis, I think, and the y-axis, and you put them together, so only one of each is going to be activated. And the signal here is all inverted, so it's basically a giant contraption of AND gates. And wait a second. Sorry for that. I will probably cut that out. But anyways, so only one of them, one of each is going to be activated. So one X line is one row of X lines is deactivated, and one row of Y line is basically those torches are deactivated, and that will only allow one of these 100 lines to be deactivated, and that's how you navigate. And you will navigate the head basically, so wherever you are here in this navigation system, that's where your head is going to be. And the head is then, the navigation system is then going to activate one of those pixels here. I can show you, it goes through here in this pulse limiter vortex, and this is then going into the activation line that I showed before. So that is going to set the pixel on 4, for example, and if it is on 4, then on the next input it's going to count down on 3, 2, 1, and then to 0 on the 4th input. And that's basically how the game works, and that's almost about it. That's about, actually there's not much to show. Oh, I forgot to mention, so this is the, is this the right one? As I said, this, okay, so this is the -1 signal. Whenever there's an input, it's going to count the pixel state, basically -1, and this is the +1 line. So whenever you eat, in quotes, a food, it will count the snake length counter +1. And that's actually it. It's a pretty simple system that is pretty big to build and very laggy because of all the pistons. You could probably do that with more effective ways, but my brother and I, we do not concentrate on effectiveness in terms of space too much. Of course, we try to build it as small as possible, but we are not making any kind of computing system that will use a lot of binary stuff. Like we know binary, we use binary, but not too much. Basically, we use it in our word processor for decoding and easier saving, for example. But it's not like we're building any CPUs or ALUs or whatever the hell there's out there. So as I said, we could have used a buffer probably to make quicker inputs possible, but anyways, this is basically how the game works. I think I told you everything about how it is done, and basically, oh yeah, of course I can show you how the in quotes eating food works. So if there is a pixel, a random food pixel activated, which you can see here, so every of these possible food pixels has a connection to its sorry, for the pixel processor, probably you would call it like that. And I'm just going through here to look where the pixel is right now. It is right there. You can see it back there. There it is. And this is going through here. I'll just go ahead and show you if so this is activated here. I'll just go ahead and wait and say if this is already a pixel of the snake, it's going to activate this pixel and it's going to jump to the next one. That is how this works. I didn't show you, I explained it, but I didn't show it now I did. And what this does is it activates this line and this deactivates this torch. So this line is now not powered anymore, and it's going all the way back to the snake pixel processor, basically, that is specific for the one pixel that is where the food is on. So basically this is activated. This is the only one that is activated here. You can see all the other ones are activated, and this will then activate this torch, activate the redstone, push out the piston, extend the piston basically, and then if this pixel gets activated, then the redstone signal can go through here, which then breaks the connection here, and this instant wire is therefore activated. This instant wire will go back here and into here. This is still the same pixel instant wire, and this is going to break this instant wire connection, so it's kind of going into another instant wire. And this instant wire now has two functions. Number one, it breaks this instant wire connection, which goes to the random food generator, and so it's going to generate a new food. This was just for testing, and it's going to activate this instant wire. My brother came back in actually, and this is then going to activate this line, which goes to +1, and this line which goes to this line here. So what is this? My brother just asked me when the video is done. I'll just answer soon, not bald, soon. And what this is basically, if you start a new game, then this is going to be pushed out, and this is causing the computer not to count -1 because it generates a new food. There's a lot of there was a lot of debugging things, so we needed to make sure that the computer does not count -1 when a new game starts, and that's what this does. And actually this is basically the thing that does it will push out this this thing here. This is not a sticky piston, so it's going to push out the redstone block, and this then blocks this piston, so it's not going to be it will not retract, and so this line cannot be activated, and this line is, as I said, -1, so it will not count the pixels -1 if the food was eaten, and that is basically causing this. Actually, I will just show you. Let's say this is the food, and if you then go onto this one, then this one is set on 4, this is set on 3, this is set on 2, this is set on 1, and this will disappear. And now this is all going to be on the snake length is now 5. So if you activate this one, this is going to be set on 5, but normally this would count down to 3 then, so it would be 5, 3, 2, 1, and this would disappear. So it would take the snake, you would have to navigate the snake until the last pixel is here, so that then the snake is actually 5 long. So what we did is, if you eat a food pixel, it will for one input it will not count -1, so then you will actually have instantly a snake that is that has one longer length, basically. So that was also kind of tricky to find out, but actually not tricky to find out, but to implement in the game. And I think that is about it. Of course, you have here the new game input, and I will go ahead and show this now. I saved this for the end of the video because this is going to be really laggy. Oh, my brother, what there actually? And this is going to make a new game. It's generating a new food already, which is not really good. This is basically the reason why we had to stop the game to count -1 on the beginning of the game, because it will already generate a new food when the game has not restarted yet. And you will see in a second, if you restart the game, then all pixels are going to be activated for a short amount of time. And as you can see, this should actually be pretty fast, but it is not, because of all the pistons which need to be extended. As you can see, this all should happen in like 2 or 3 seconds. And now you saw that all pixels are getting activated. And this is taking so long because it needs to extend all the pistons in the counters, which, as I said, are 2000 pixels, and that's, well, it's you don't need to question that it's going to take its time. And actually now we have a new game. We have a snake length of 3 again, our random food down here, and it's going to set all the length counters to 3 again, all the pixel counters to 0, except for this one on 3, this one on 2, this one on 1. And now it can start over again, go up. And now I'm actually going to show you how it looks when you activate another at first I'm going to show you cannot go down. That's not doing anything because we blocked that with this contraption back there. And I'm going to eat a pixel. I'm just going to try this very quick. I'm just going to eat. At first, on the beginning, it's not so important to wait between the inputs for some reason. And as you can see, it's really laggy, but I'm going to eat this pixel, and then I have the snake length of 4. I think I have to actually gain 2 snake length, or whatever you could call that, to be actually able to activate an already active pixel. One further, I'm just going to this is also, you could use it as a proof that the game works. Left, And there you go, eat the food. And it's taking longer than usual, but now it's generating new food. Okay, so this is not so far away, so we just can go one to the left. And okay, there we go. Okay, this, okay, I just thought we had another bug, but this is not a bug, because now the snake length is 4, one further to the left. Now we are down there, one down. And now we're there, and now I'm going to go one to the left again. Now we have snake length 5. And now it's going to count everything +1. Okay, it probably already did. And I'm going down, right, up, and that should actually activate an already active pixel. Oh, what? Okay, because this is the new food. Probably it was somewhere here and now it jumped to here because these pixels were already active. But anyways, I'm going to go right now. And there, okay, so this was a pixel bug. I was probably too quick there, but and I'm going to go up again, and that is going to activate this pixel, which is already active, so we are going to lose the game, and that is going to cause a new game to start. And we're just going to wait a bit. Oh, as you can see, okay, so there it generated the new food. We could stop that, but we're probably not going to do so because it's not harming in any way, because the game is already lost. You cannot do anything anymore, and there's nothing going to happen until the next game is started. And you can see the stuff going on in the hard drive, or whatever you'd call it. And there you go, all the pixels got activated. Bit laggy, and there you go, new game. So that's it about our Snake game. It took us some time to build it, longer than I expected, and yeah, so we already have a few more projects planned, so we are going to do that. I'm not going to tell you now what it is. We have also other projects already done, so for example our word editor. My brother just told me that he wants to go to bed now. And yeah, that's about it. I will post a link to the, I will just actually go ahead and link my brother's channel here. I'm also going to put the link in the description also for the download word of our word processor, which we've already done, and I'm going to do a video on that later. And I don't know, this probably takes some time to upload because I have to render it, and it's really long and stuff like that. But anyways, this is our Snake game. I hope you liked it, and see you in another video. Bye.